Part 1. The Challenge to Move Forward. Chapter 1. What about Bob? Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Albert Einstein. When you meet someone on a plane or at a party, you typically ask the person 3 questions. What is your name? Where are you from? And what do you do? The first 2 questions are easy. My name is Ben Young and I'm from Houston. The third question is a bit tricky. I could say, I'm a writer, or I'm a professor. These are interesting jobs that often open doors to various conversations. People are curious about what you write about or the subject you teach. Another response I could give would be, I'm an evangelical preacher, which is a conversation stopper, a closed door in the face. It's a surefire signal to insert earphones and check out. No one wants to carry on a conversation with a preacher on a long flight. Perhaps a better way to describe what I do would be to say that I'm a professional crisis manager. For the past 3 decades, I've worked with families and individuals struggling to cope with the harsh realities of major life crisis. I'm a first responder when they receive a diagnosis of a terminal illness, when they've lost a loved one to suicide, when a family is in the long-term battle and heartache of addiction, or when someone close to them was killed in a violent crime. Divorce, mental illness, and depression come across my desk on a regular basis. I never know what life storm will come my way when I pick up the phone or read the next text. Each and every call is heartbreaking, and I count it a privilege to walk through some of life's most jarring moments with those struggling to make it through the day. More than likely, you've picked up this book because you're in the middle of a major life crisis. Someone you love left you with a house full of kids to raise alone. You've received a life-threatening diagnosis that requires long-term medical intervention. Your son relapsed and is out on the street again. You've lost your job and you're struggling to pay the bills. You feel afraid, devastated, and hopeless. You wonder how in the world you're going to make it through this relentless storm that seems to only get worse with every passing day. I know what it is like because I've been there. One of my closest friends is a gifted psychologist. We've known each other for about 30 years. We're roommates in college and have collaborated on several different projects in our careers. We live in different cities, but over the miles and years, we've made an effort to get together for a meal once in a while. I would often show up at his office before one of our lunches and plop myself down on his couch, demanding, "Fix me." During these visits, we would joke about the movie What About Bob, starring Bill Murray as the neurotic OCD patient Bob Wiley, who consistently becomes addicted to his therapist. There's a classic scene from the movie when Bob first meets his new psychiatrist, Leo Marvin, played beautifully by Richard Dreyfuss. He sits across from Dr. Marvin, and after describing his myriad of phobias, screams a chorus of cuss words and obscenities to fake having Tourette's syndrome. In his showcase of fears and neediness, he even feigns cardiac arrest and then begins talking about his divorce while lying on the floor. I asked my friend, "Have you ever had a client do that? To lie down on the floor during a session?" He calmly responded, "Yes, I have." Little did I know that some years later, I would find myself on the floor of a therapist's office, crying my eyes out because it felt like my life was completely over. During that horrific season of my life, I felt just like Bob Wiley, needy, afraid, unable to make it through a single day without begging someone to help me. I had 2 different therapists on speed dial. Every Monday morning, I had a standing 8 a.m. appointment with my counselor, and every Friday, I had another appointment with a clinical psychologist. I needed both. I needed a lot. I called my counselor during off hours, one time taking him away from his daughter's birthday party. I had become Bob, and it felt so shameful and embarrassing. But I was desperate. I was drowning, and I had to reach out for help.